Archangel Michael says there are moments in life when everything seems normal on the surface, yet deep inside your heart you feel that something important is shifting. It is a quiet feeling, almost like a whisper that tells you to pause, reflect, and pay attention to what is unfolding around you. Many people ignore these moments because life moves quickly and responsibilities demand constant attention, but sometimes these small pauses are exactly where clarity begins to appear. When you slow down for a moment and truly listen to your inner awareness, you may begin to notice truths about your life that were always present but hidden beneath the noise of everyday life. Archangel Michael says the truth about your situation is not something meant to frighten you, but something meant to bring understanding and direction. Sometimes people spend years searching for answers outside themselves, believing that someone else must hold the key to their future. Yet the truth is that much of the clarity you seek already exists within your own experiences and wisdom. Every challenge you have faced, every decision you have made, and every lesson you have learned has been quietly shaping your awareness. The moment you begin to reflect on those experiences with honesty, you start to see patterns that guide you toward better choices and greater confidence. You may have already noticed small signs that your life is entering a new stage of understanding. Perhaps certain situations have caused you to question old habits, old fears, or old expectations. These moments of questioning are not signs of confusion, they are signs of growth. When you question the way things have always been, you open the door to discovering better possibilities for your future. Growth begins when you allow yourself to see your life from a new perspective. Archangel Michael says many people wait for a dramatic sign that will suddenly reveal the path they should follow. But the truth often arrives quietly. It appears through reflection, through meaningful conversations, and through the wisdom you gain when you step back and observe your life carefully. Sometimes the most powerful realization comes when you finally understand that you already have the strength and knowledge needed to move forward. Think about the journey you have traveled so far. There were times when you believed certain obstacles would stop you completely, yet you continued moving forward anyway. Those moments revealed something important about your character. They showed that you possess resilience and determination even during difficult circumstances. The truth about your situation may be connected to recognizing these qualities within yourself. When you see your own strength clearly, your future begins to feel more open and full of possibility. Archangel Michael says clarity also appears when people learn to release unnecessary fear and doubt. Fear often convinces us that change will lead to loss or disappointment. But in many cases change is simply the beginning of a new chapter. When you allow yourself to view change as an opportunity rather than a threat, your perspective expands. You begin to notice possibilities that once seemed invisible. Another truth that many people discover during periods of reflection is that their path is unique. It does not need to look like anyone else's journey in order to be meaningful. Each person carries different talents, dreams, and experiences. The path that brings fulfillment to one person may be completely different from the path that brings fulfillment to another. Understanding this truth can bring great peace because it frees you from comparing your life to the lives of others. Archangel Michael says awareness is a powerful gift. When you become aware of your own values and priorities, your decisions become clearer. You start to recognize which opportunities align with your goals and which ones distract you from them. Awareness helps you invest your energy in the directions that truly matter to you. As you continue reflecting on your life, you may notice ideas or goals beginning to form more clearly in your mind. These ideas are important because they represent the next stage of your growth. Sometimes the future begins as nothing more than a quiet thought that encourages you to explore something new. When you choose to nurture that thought with curiosity and effort, it can gradually grow into something meaningful. Archangel Michael says, remember that understanding your situation is not about judging the past but about learning from it. Every experience you have had contributed to the wisdom you now carry. Even moments that once felt like setbacks may have taught lessons that are now guiding you toward better decisions. When you look at your journey with compassion and patience, you begin to see how every step prepared you for the opportunities ahead. The truth being revealed in your life may simply be this: you are capable of more growth, more understanding, and more progress than you once believed. The future does not belong only to those who never faced challenges. It belongs to those who learn from those challenges and continue moving forward with courage and curiosity. Archangel Michael says, as you move forward, keep paying attention to the insights that appear in your thoughts and experiences. These insights are valuable because they help you understand yourself more deeply. The more you understand your own strengths, values, and goals, the more confidently you can shape the direction of your life. Your journey is still unfolding, and each new realization brings you closer to the life you are capable of creating. Continue listening, continue learning, and continue believing that growth is always possible. Archangel Michael says, as you continue listening to this message, it is important to understand that clarity often arrives in quiet moments when you finally allow yourself to slow down and reflect on what your life has been trying to teach you. Many people move through their days so quickly that they rarely pause long enough to notice the deeper meaning behind their experiences. Yet every situation you have faced, every challenge you have overcome, and every decision you have made has been quietly shaping your awareness. When you begin to look back at your journey with patience and honesty, you may start to see connections that were not visible before. Those connections reveal important truths about your strength, your direction, and the possibilities that still lie ahead of you. Archangel Michael says sometimes the truth about your situation is not about discovering something completely new, but about finally recognizing what your heart has already been sensing for a long time. There may have been moments when you felt uncertain about the direction your life was taking, or times when you questioned whether the effort you were putting into your goals would ever lead to meaningful change. Those feelings are part of the human experience. They do not mean you are lost, they simply mean you are growing and learning to understand your path more clearly. Think about the lessons you have gathered through your experiences. Each challenge required you to develop patience, creativity, and resilience. When something did not work the way you expected, you were forced to adapt and find another way forward. Those moments may have felt difficult at the time, but they were also shaping your ability to face the future with greater confidence. The truth being revealed in your situation may be connected to recognizing that you are far more prepared for the future than you once believed. Archangel Michael says awareness grows stronger when you learn to trust your own ability to reflect and learn. Many people spend years waiting for someone else to tell them what they should do with their lives. But the most powerful guidance often comes from your own understanding of what truly matters to you. When you listen carefully to your experiences and the lessons they contain, you begin to develop a clearer sense of direction. You may have already noticed that certain ideas or thoughts keep returning to your mind. Sometimes these ideas appear during quiet moments when you are thinking about the future you want to build. These repeated thoughts can be important signals encouraging you to explore something more deeply. They may represent opportunities that align with your interests, talents, or long-term goals. Archangel Michael says the truth about your situation may also involve understanding the value of patience. Many people expect progress to happen instantly, but lasting change usually develops gradually. Just as a tree grows slowly before it becomes strong and tall, your life also requires time to develop the stability and wisdom needed for meaningful progress. Patience allows you to learn from each stage of your journey rather than rushing past the lessons that could help you later. Another truth that often becomes clear during reflection is the importance of focusing your energy on what truly matters. Life presents countless distractions that can pull your attention away from your goals. When you become aware of what is most important to you, it becomes easier to make decisions that support your future rather than delay it. Your time, your attention, and your effort are valuable resources, and choosing how to use them wisely can shape the direction of your life. Archangel Michael says many people underestimate the power of small consistent actions. They imagine that success requires dramatic changes or extraordinary circumstances. In reality, progress often begins with simple steps taken consistently over time. Each time you choose to improve your habits, expand your knowledge, or move closer to a meaningful goal, you are building momentum that gradually transforms your future. You may also discover that the truth about your situation involves recognizing your own potential. It is easy to focus on limitations or past disappointments, but those experiences do not define what you are capable of becoming. Every person has the ability to learn, adapt, and grow. The moment you begin to believe in your capacity for growth, your perspective begins to change. You start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Archangel Michael says clarity also brings freedom. When you understand the lessons your experiences have been teaching you, you no longer feel trapped by uncertainty. Instead, you begin to see that every stage of your life has been guiding you toward greater understanding. Even moments that once seemed confusing or frustrating now reveal themselves as important parts of your journey. As you move forward from this moment, continue paying attention to the insights that appear in your thoughts and experiences. These insights can guide your decisions and help you build a future that reflects your true values and aspirations. The truth being revealed in your life is not meant to create fear or doubt, it is meant to encourage awareness and growth. Archangel Michael says remember that your story is still being written. The chapters ahead will be shaped by the mindset you choose and the actions you take. When you approach life with patience, curiosity, and determination, you allow new opportunities to appear and new possibilities to develop. The more clearly you understand your situation today, the more confidently you can step into the future you are capable of creating. Archangel Michael says as you continue listening to this message, it is important to understand that awareness often grows slowly, one realization at a time. Many people spend a large part of their lives searching for answers without realizing that their experiences have already been teaching them valuable lessons. Each moment you have lived, each challenge you have faced, and each success you have achieved has contributed to shaping your understanding of who you are and where you want your life to go. When you begin to look at your journey carefully, you may notice that the answers you were seeking were quietly forming within you through the wisdom of experience. Sometimes the truth about your situation becomes clear only when you pause and reflect on the path that brought you to this moment. In the rush of everyday life, people rarely stop long enough to observe the deeper meaning behind the events they experience. Yet reflection is one of the most powerful tools for growth. When you give yourself the time to think about your journey, you start to recognize patterns that reveal important insights. You may begin to understand why certain opportunities appeared in your life, why certain obstacles challenged you, and how those moments contributed to the person you have become today. Archangel Michael says many people underestimate the strength they have developed over time. When they think about their lives, they often focus on the moments that felt difficult or uncertain. But if you look more closely, you may realize that those same moments help you build resilience, patience, and determination. Every challenge you faced required you to find a way forward, and every step you took toward progress strengthened your confidence in your ability to overcome obstacles. You may have already noticed that your perspective has changed compared to the way you once saw the world. Experiences have a way of transforming the way we think. What once seemed impossible may now appear achievable because you have learned new skills, gained new knowledge, and developed a deeper understanding of your abilities. This growth is a sign that your journey has been preparing you for new opportunities and greater responsibilities. Archangel Michael says another important truth about life is that progress rarely happens in isolation. The people you meet, the conversations you have, and the ideas you encounter all influence your understanding of the world. Sometimes a simple conversation can introduce a new idea that changes the way you approach your goals. Sometimes observing someone else's experience can inspire you to think differently about your own possibilities. When you remain open to learning from the people and experiences around you, your awareness continues to expand. You begin to see that knowledge and insight can come from unexpected places. This openness allows you to discover opportunities that might have remained hidden if you had limited your perspective. Archangel Michael says your thoughts also play an important role in shaping the direction of your life. The way you think about challenges, opportunities, and possibilities influences the actions you take. When your mindset focuses on growth and curiosity, you naturally become more willing to explore new paths and develop new skills. This mindset encourages creativity and perseverance, both of which are essential for achieving meaningful progress. There may be moments ahead when you feel inspired to try something different or explore an idea that once seemed distant. These moments of inspiration should not be ignored. Often they represent the beginning of a new chapter in your journey. When you follow your curiosity and allow yourself to learn and experiment, you create opportunities for growth that can transform your future. Archangel Michael says the truth being revealed in your situation may simply be that your life is moving toward greater awareness and understanding. This awareness allows you to recognize what truly matters to you and what direction you want your efforts to take. Instead of feeling uncertain about the future, you begin to see it as a space filled with possibilities waiting to be explored. It is also important to remember that growth does not require perfection. Many people delay pursuing their goals because they believe they must have every detail planned before they begin. In reality, progress often starts with small steps. Each step you take teaches you something valuable that prepares you for the next stage of your journey. Over time, these small steps accumulate into meaningful achievements that once seemed far away. Archangel Michael says patience remains one of the most valuable qualities during times of growth. When you allow yourself the time to develop your abilities and refine your goals, you create a strong foundation for lasting success. Patience helps you stay focused even when results do not appear immediately, reminding you that meaningful progress takes time. As your understanding continues to grow, you may find that your goals become clearer and your confidence becomes stronger. The truth about your situation may reveal that you are already on a path of development that is leading you toward greater clarity and opportunity. Every lesson you have learned has prepared you to recognize these opportunities when they appear. Archangel Michael says continue listening to your experiences and reflecting on what they teach you. Each insight you gain strengthens your ability to shape your future with intention and wisdom. Your journey is still unfolding, and the awareness you develop today will guide the decisions you make tomorrow. Archangel Michael says as this message continues, it is important to understand that life often reveals its most important lessons slowly, through experiences that shape your awareness over time. Many people spend years wondering why certain things happened the way they did, or why certain paths opened while others quietly closed. At first those moments may seem confusing or even frustrating, but when you begin to look back with patience and reflection, you often realize that every stage of your journey carried a lesson that helped you grow stronger and wiser. The truth about your situation may not be a sudden discovery but a deeper understanding that your life has been guiding you toward awareness for a long time. There are moments when people begin to sense that something inside them is changing. It may feel like a quiet shift in the way you see the world or the way you understand your own experiences. Situations that once seemed overwhelming may now appear manageable because you have gained knowledge and perspective. This transformation is a sign that growth has been happening within you, even during times when you believed nothing was changing. Growth does not always appear in dramatic ways. Often it develops quietly as your understanding deepens. Archangel Michael says one of the most powerful truths a person can discover is that their experiences have been preparing them for the future all along. Every conversation you had, every challenge you faced, and every lesson you learned contributed to building the person you are today. When you begin to see your journey in this way, you realize that even the difficult moments carried value. They taught patience, resilience, and the ability to adapt when circumstances were uncertain. Sometimes people believe they must wait for a perfect moment before they move forward with. Unique because it reflects your experiences, your talents, and your aspirations. The truth about your situation may include accepting that your path does not need to look like anyone else's in order to be meaningful. Archangel Michael says patience and awareness work together to reveal opportunities that once seemed invisible. When you remain patient, you allow yourself the time needed to understand your experiences fully. When you remain aware, you notice the ideas, connections, and possibilities that appear around you. Together these qualities help guide your decisions in ways that support long-term growth. As you continue reflecting on your life, you may begin to see that the future holds more possibilities than you once imagined. Each new skill you learn, each new idea you explore, and each new experience you gain expands your understanding of what you are capable of achieving. Progress is not limited to one moment, it unfolds through continuous learning and effort. Archangel Michael says your story is still unfolding, and every step you take now contributes to the chapters that will come next. The truth about your situation may simply be that you are entering a stage of greater awareness, where you begin to see your experiences as guidance rather than obstacles. With this understanding, you can move forward with patience and confidence, knowing that every lesson has prepared you for the opportunities ahead. If this message resonates with you, comment, "I welcome clarity and growth." Like this video if you believe reflection can reveal important truths about your life, and subscribe for more messages that inspire awareness, wisdom, and personal progress.